And with these developments, we're inquiring about increased security for President George W. Bush, who lives in Dallas's Preston Hollow neighborhood. Let's get right to reporter Chris Sadeghi, who's live outside the president's compound. Chris?
Dimitri, at least from the outside this gated community at Preston Hollow, we've not been able to see anything that looks like any kind of reaction or increased security measures taken for George W. Bush, given the situation other former presidents are facing this morning, the day after Democratic Party donor George Soros received a explosive device. We did just get to the news this morning that what appeared to be an explosive device addressed to Bill and Hillary Clinton was intercepted. Also the same for Barack and Michelle Obama. The CNN offices in New York also evacuated when a similar package was found there. Senators Ted Cruz and John Cornyn are in Dallas today for an early voting rally, and Cruz tweeted this morning, "Violence is never okay. Reports of bombs sent to the homes of Obama, Clinton, and Soros are deeply, deeply disturbing. America's better than this. Political disagreements are fine, even healthy, but we should always be civil and respect each other's humanity." Now, we have reached out, tried to contact these spokespeople for George Bush Sr., George W. Bush, and also the Bush Center at SMU. So far, we've not heard back on any kind of increased measures at this time. Demetria, back to you.
Thank you so much, Chris.